The new update has landed for Call of Dragons, and everybody is talking about the new legendary city theme. And because I've played Rise of Kingdoms, the predecessor to this game, I have a few ideas on exactly how this will be available. So stick around in this video for information you need to know about the things that just dropped in the patch for Call of Dragons. Hello my friends and welcome back. I'm Chisgule Gaming, and for those of you that are newer to the channel, I played the predecessor to Call of Dragons, that's Rise of Kingdoms, for literally the last 5 years. And this legendary quality city theme looks like it's going to be released in the exact same way that we get legendary city themes in Rise of Kingdoms. So in this video, I'm going to go over this legendary city theme and all the other things that I've found so far in this update. And if you're into that sort of stuff, consider smashing the subscribe button so you don't miss my next video. And thank you for tossing a like onto the vid. So, the 10% magic attack city theme. Good news, bad news. The good news is that actually most people don't need crazy city themes like this. I know that might sound a little weird because obviously mages are the best unit in the game. They're so good for your standard open field fighting. It is nutty. But the real area where this matters a lot is if you're going to rally or garrison. And both rallying and garrisoning are almost irrelevant in this game. They are so infrequent. And I don't think that mages right now are a relevant rally or a relevant garrison. What I'm trying to do is set your expectations, because if you add your heart set on getting this thing, I think it's going to be very, 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 very difficult to get. Typically, the way that a legendary city theme works, at least in the predecessor to this game, is that there will be a big event. It is going to be a power gain event. Now, in Rise of Kingdoms, it's called the Zenith of Power. Here, it looks like it's going to be called the Colorful Garden Party Great Heights event. It's this Great Heights event that I think we will see 4 times a year, once every 3 months, once a quarter. We will probably see a Great Heights event that will give you an opportunity to get a permanent version of this city theme. Now, there is a temporary version of this city theme, but I'm of the mind that, like, does it even matter to get a temporary version? You kind of either get the permanent version or you don't. And the permanent version in Rise of Kingdoms is unlockable in a power gain contest. So whoever gains the most power in a certain period of time gets the city theme, and only the top 10 in Rise of Kingdoms get that city theme. So for most people, I think this is going to be pretty much unobtainable, quite frankly. And that includes me as a big spender in the game. It all depends on how crazy your server and merged servers are. Now, how good is this city theme anyways? Well, let's talk about that, because it's actually not as good as you would think. It gives 10% magic unit attack at the cost of 5% infantry defense and 5% marksman attack. Well, hold up, wait a minute. Infantry defense is a stat I kind of care about a fair amount, and marksman attack I really care about a lot. So depending on what you're even using all at one time, this may not even be an amazing city theme. Let me explain. I use 1 infantry march, 2 marksman marches, and 2 mage marches. So the net benefit of this is 20% positive stats minus 15% negative stats. I'm only up 5% of stats if I have this city theme. Do you see why I'm saying most people don't need this? Maybe one day people will be using 5 mage marches at a time, but I don't even think that's anytime in our near future either. So what I'm trying to say here is that this city theme looks awesome. I'm hyped that legendary city themes are coming into the game. Most people don't need this. The time where this is actually best, I would say, is for a statue fight. If you're going to fight for a statue in Season 2 and beyond, and you're constantly bringing mages into that fight, which most people should be doing, then I would say Eye of the Stars is pretty cool. But even then, it's not like your troops are dying in that situation. It's just not that important. So very, very cool that it's in the game. I actually like that it's not so important that you're wrecked if you don't have it. This is a cool cosmetic, and for some people, they'll find benefit from it. The other one that's available is the Azure Garden. Marksman unit hit points at the cost of magic unit attack. Weirdly enough, I also think this is a city theme that for most people, you wouldn't want to use most of the time. because you're probably, if you're bringing 2 mage marches, which I feel like most people should aspire to that, they're going to have 1 or 2, and maybe they'll have, marksmen 1 or 2 at a time as well. I don't know. Here's the thing. The best stat on a unit to give a percentage-based boost on is going to depend on their base stats. And I know that people turn off to a little bit of mathiness, but this is so easy to understand. You got this. I'm going to explain it. Each unit has base stats. You see them right here. 211 hit points, 452 attack, 120 magic defense, 170 physical defense on these archers. Well, the stat you care the most about on each unit is the highest base stat. So for archers, you care, for marksmen, you care about attack. So you don't want to lose attack, and you don't really care about hit points all that much. I mean, as cool as it is to have more health, you get more benefit point for point, I think, from attack. Keep me honest on this. We don't have the combat formulas, so it's not a perfect world, and there could be diminishing returns on high stat values. It's entirely possible there's diminishing returns where maybe the health is the best. But what I'm trying to say is that, hey, if you get these city themes, if you don't get these city themes, even though I have this cavalry city theme, most of the time I just play with no theme on, man, honestly. So if you're using a variety of units, I just want to convey that you don't have to freak out about getting these, but it does look really cool. I like that they're adding cosmetics. I'm down with it. This is going to be available in the Lucky Ball Machine event. So we'll see what this looks like when it arrives in the game. It hasn't started yet, so I can't show you, but it should show up very soon, presumably in conjunction with the Eye of the Stars city theme being available to obtain. There are potentially, here's a cosmetic. I'm going to assume this is also, it's the Lucky Ball Machine. All right, I mean, there's a cosmetic here, some flowers. Very cool. Let's go now to a couple other things that are really important that were in this update. And let's go to something that affects everybody, and that is war pets. And there's actually like a bunch of changes related to war pets that we've got to talk about. First and foremost, now you can go into your pet collection, and when you smash regenerate, you have a pity countdown of 20 regenerations. So after 20 regenerations, you are guaranteed to get a legendary or epic result. And if you get a legendary or epic result before pity, then it will reset the countdown back to 20. And this 20 regenerations timer is per pet. So you have a different countdown timer on each pet. Now, if you're so unlucky like me, sometimes you get a legendary quality result here, and this is actually just worse. Like, the Fey Drake cares about intelligence. I don't care that it's legendary. The intelligence roll is terrible on this. I can't use it. GG. But what I want to show you is that, gosh, okay, now that I've put this into a video and I don't have to brag about my unluckiness with legendary pets here, I can smash the regenerate button and wipe this away. GG. So here we go. Confirm. Regenerate. So here you can see I'm down to 19 regenerations for this particular pet. But if I go to another pet, you can see that I'm still at 20 regenerations. So I just wanted to prove to you that it is, in fact, per pet. So I can smash regenerate a bunch of times here because I saved a bunch of potions in order to be ready for this moment. In fact, if you're subscribed to the channel, you knew to do that. So we're going to do the 20 regenerations, presumably, to get our guaranteed epic or legendary. I do think this is a good change. I generally think that loot slot machines are not a mechanic that I like in mobile games. There's my epic, and it's going to remove a skill slot, and it's worse than the one I have, right? So GG is what it is. I'll do more of these regenerations maybe at the tail end of the video. I'll just blast through them, see kind of where things land. But this is only one of the changes related to pets that we need to talk about. Another change is that you probably noticed you had a lot of pet token currency. I'm not entirely sure where that came from, other than just being gifted in the update. So be sure to enjoy spending your currency. You're now guaranteed a skill card every 10 draws. So I just got Fierce Attack. That's actually awesome. 40% chance to deal damage to the target when your deputy casts a rage skill. Oh, okay. That's good everywhere. That's actually winning. Can you buy Fierce Attack, or did I just shoot the moon? Hello? Wow. Can I buy Fierce Attack? Yeah, okay, you can buy it. Okay, so it's not that crazy. actually not crazy at all. And that is a strength-based check. So that's not going to be good everywhere necessarily. And it is physical damage as well. Okay, so there's a lot of limitations to that. But anyways, make sure that when you're pulling over here, like, does anyone know what happens if you don't have room for skill cards and you would have gotten a skill card? Do you just not get skill cards? I would not do any of those pulls without having an actual expansion slot unlocked. And I'm probably going to get rid of some of these. And just be really careful which ones you get rid of, because here is Chain Strike. And Chain Strike's really good. 50% chance to deal additional damage when dealing physical normal attack damage can be triggered once every second. Well, I mean, obviously I'm going to put that on Syndrian, who does 2 attacks per turn, right? But the weirdness here is that I didn't get that from like regular means. I got that from the updates to the Merit Store. So let's talk about this for just a second. In the Merit Store, I had in both of my refreshes 40 gems a pop for rejuvenation potions. So you may have something similar as well. In addition, big change down here in the weekly shop is that it looks like we can now get pet skills. And I mean, this was a really, really good pet skill that I picked up. I have seen more rare pet skills show up. So 1-star pet skill, I think it was in the realm of 600,000 currency. So this could be a really important source of pet skills moving forward. It's actually surprising how much diversity could show up in here. And this is a great way to dump more of your currency, because if you do a lot of fighting, you could accumulate way more merits than you can possibly spend, perhaps until now. This is going to be an interesting addition. So for me personally, I have stopped buying the gold keys, even though I was doing this very liberally. And I don't think I do enough fighting without a major pass opening in order to be able to actually buy gold keys and have enough currency for these really important pet skills showing up over here. So pretty hype overall. Regeneration potions over here, obviously an important pickup, but I think this is a pretty cool change. Actually very happy to see this with regard to your pets. But there was a change with behemoths that you may not have noticed, and this is kind of a weird one. There was a ninja change to behemoths, which I don't like when there are ninja changes, but there's now an elite raid for the Frost Giant. Well, wait a minute. It wasn't announced in the patch notes, I think, that they were going to add the elite raid. So we had no idea we needed to set the alarms. And in our server, there are legitimately 4 alliances aggressively competing for these elite frames. And it was basically a 100% free win for the team that took it. That's DNS. Because no one was awake at the time. No one knew they needed to set alarms, because there was no alerting whatsoever that this was going to be here. So I feel like that's a not great way to release that into the game. I feel like for the sake of the competitive integrity, players ought to know in advance so that they can actually be ready for it. And I get that this is a problem that only the current people in Season 2 have, but it's, we take these elite raids really seriously. I think it's a good thing when players take the game seriously, but stuff like this is bro, we're trying to be really serious about this, and then you just give it away for free. All right. So anyways, most servers aren't going to have that problem. They probably only have one group that could legitimately contest it anyways. So it is what it is. We'll contest future behemoths, even though it's 3 a.m. for us. It is what it is. The behemoth timing for us is absolutely miserable this season. So with that said, I'm zoomed out because scouting is now possible in a way that was not before. It looks like when you completely scout a prior zone, you can start to scout the next zone. So because I've scouted all the zone 2s and all of these little supreme ancestral statue areas, now I can scout zone 3. So I've been scouting zone 3, and I hope to be able to scout zone 4 sometime soon. Looks like this may be Chronicle bound. No, it's not actually. Explore regions within passes of the same level first. So presumably I'll be able to actually see the final zone soon, which would be really nice. I would kind of like to know what the map looks like. I would say, generally speaking, as someone who has to do the planning, because you can't just drop a fort wherever you want in a zone, the amount of planning in this game is actually insane. Go thank your alliance leaders for the dozens of hours they spend planning territory. And if your alliance is not spending that time, I hope you have an easy season, because let me tell you something. you basically have to plan like 5 zones in advance of a pass opening. So the fact that it was all fogged up was like, bro, how can we plan? But now we can, which is great. So love that change. Very, very good change. Basically, you can, scout stuff at the pace of your scouting zones in the map. So my overall preference would actually be that scouting just be removed entirely. I would actually much prefer if scouting is just removed because, like, I don't know. I mean, I guess clicking the buttons in the sort of monotonous way that it is like kind of entertaining, but I would really just rather not have to scout. I'm going to be honest. Like, did I enjoy the hours of my life I spent scouting, claiming rewards? I mean, I don't know. If you multitask, it's kind of an interesting thing to do. I think I generally prefer not to have to scout, and certainly I don't want to be doing that every single season. So we'll see. Let me show you a couple other things that are in the patch notes, and we can talk about them, even though they aren't yet in game. All right, so there's going to be a quiz event. There's going to be a bounty hunt event, which we knew about. There's going to be some story updates for Season 2. In the combat experience, theoretically, the appearance of different units should be more distinguishable. That's kind of cool. Let's see if we can notice the difference between T4s and T5s. So if I go in and I bring some T5 archers, bro, there's no shot I'm going to be able to tell the difference here. There's no way. These look so similar. Did archers just not get an update maybe? What if I bring T4? Can you actually tell? No shot. I mean, I don't think you can tell the difference at all. I thought that we were going to get like a big cosmetic difference here, and that like you could actually see, are you about to get absolutely obliterated by counterattack? Improve the appearance of certain unit types. Legions of different levels are now clearly distinguishable. Vestals, swordsmen. Oh. Okay, archers are just going to be ambiguous forever, I guess. Ballistas, celestials, swordsmen, and knights, huh? And vestals. Okay, well, I don't have vestals. Do I have... I don't think I have swordsmen either. Nope. All right, well, it looks like it's just League of Order that got that change. Kind of weird. One change that I think is actually shockingly important, and I definitely appreciate the developers' foresight on this, is that level 25 beasts will spawn in all zones of the world map. Basically, the way this was working is that if you didn't have access to the final zone, you were getting completely dunked on being able to get high-level pets, which is really like, it makes your L an even fatter L, and it just... like, why create more of a feel bad? It seems fully unnecessary. So the fact that level 25 beasts spawn everywhere is good for everyone. I think this is a huge win. If you're winning or losing, you don't have to be reminded literally every single time you try to catch a pet that, like, you don't have access to the level 25 pets. So this is a very, very good change. I like that a lot. Let's see here. Change the ceasefire effect in the season event, the Great Revival. The time in which players cannot attack other players' legions. Also, legions cannot intercept each other. That's kind of cool. I mean, that makes sense. They've talked a lot about pet stores here, merits. The crystal store you can only see when a season has completed. Improved Garrison hero information. War pets equipped by Garrison heroes are now shown on the Garrison screen. Are they? So let's go get a look at this. In my city, do I get to have a pet? Let's see if I can promote up. Oh, wow. How are all these heroes... Wait, Lilia's in my city. What are you talking about? Where's Lilia? Why is that on my Garrison? Hello? Hello? My number one... Oh, because Nika's not in the city. Got it. Got it. Okay. Let's just change this Garrison real quick. Boom. Where's my war pet? Oh, my war pet's defending my city. Okay, cool. You know, at first I thought that war pets weren't defending your city, and I was like, bro, like... Why is city defense disadvantaged? But now, okay, good. That's good. So war pets do defend your city. Great. Kind of cool to see, actually. And you can see Bakar is, he's got that Deepwood Symphony, baby. I maxed that damn thing out. So I think it's pretty good for defending a city. But whatever. I'm off topic here. Let's go over the rest of these patch notes. Is there anything else that we need to cover? We scroll on down here. And what do we got? Improved recommendations for deploying gathering legions. You can now choose to prioritize transport units, which will recommend transport units, or prioritize load capacity, which will recommend a legion with the highest load capacity. Yeah, dude, I feel like I have had to manually set my gatherers like way more than I would have expected. I hope that that is now solved. So I think we've covered the overwhelming amount of things here. Oh, okay, one last thing. New custom mode for Lucky Spin and Strongest Lord. You can now choose the hero you want. That is a huge win. That is a huge, huge, huge win. That is so good. We have this in Rise of Kingdoms. I thought they would add it to Call of Dragons. They've added it to Call of Dragons. So if you want a specific hero in the Strongest Lord, you can go for it. If you have maxed one hero and you want another one, you can go for it. You don't have to hold out on maxing a hero because, you know, more lucky spins are going to show up for that hero. You can just max them. It's actually a really, really, really big deal. That's a very good change. So if you liked the vid, throw a like on here. Consider subscribing to the channel. If there's any other stuff that you found, definitely drop a comment down below. And as promised, I'll do a few regenerations here so you can just see me get just completely wrecked on war pets. This has been like the theme for me for war pets is like Chisgule gets dunked every time I do anything with a war pet. I do feel like I have some good war pets, no doubt about that. But with regard to getting legendary quality pets, I feel like there's a ton of people who are like, yeah, I just like roll my face on the keyboard and collect a bunch of legendary pets, bro. And I'm like, okay, good for you. I'm truly happy for you. No, it is good when people in your alliance get good pets, dude. Is this better? Nope. Intelligence is lower. Actually, this is probably worse. This is almost certainly worse. If intelligence is lower, I don't want it, man. The whole point of a Phaedrake is an intelligence pet, bro. Gosh bless it. That is special. Strength is higher, agility is higher, which is like, okay, but luck is higher. That's cool. Spirit, I don't do any spirit stuff. I have 3 skills for intelligence. So I mean, look, it's not legendary anyways. As weird as that sounds, like you either have a legendary, son of a gun. You either have a legendary or like the things leading up to legendary will ultimately be somewhat dispensable. That's what I kind of think here. There's another epic. Wow, I am getting absolutely waffle stomped. What's another pet I could roll on? I could roll on this guy, but he's got a talent skill that's like kind of not amazing here. It doesn't have a star on it, so I'm kind of lukewarm on that idea. Geez, I think I just keep regenerating this Phaedrake. God, man. Please. The old loot slot machine. Please be good to me. Please. Please! How many... Dude, the number of thousands of gems I've spent doing this is very silly. Nope, failed again. GG. Okay. We keep going. Please. Please, advanced quality. No. Elite quality. No. Elite quality. No. Please. Okay. 10 more regenerations till I'm guaranteed I go to pity. We're well on our way to pity here. I mean, I like that it's got an extra skill, but please, elite, elite, elite. Oh my god, I'm going to pity. Okay. Please. 1. Come on! I lose a skill and I lose intelligence? Dude, I lose my rate of intelligence gain on this pet and I lose a skill. Bruh. I think I just leave this here and just lament my great luck for a bit and just do something else for a minute. Oh, wow. Man, that is just special. So we can do this guy over here. This is an epic that I got. I think this is worse. This is an intelligence-based pet. So doing anything other than intelligence, you're just silly. So I think we got to just reject this upgrade. So here we go. The only thing I can get is like a legendary. I guess in that regard, you know what? It's so easy to improve on this. Although it does have agility. But this is like so easy to improve on with an epic. way! It's only got 4 skills, though. Like, come on! But it's better. It's definitely better. This is an agility pet. I got agility. I think I have to just take this. Spirit is legendary, which, like, that's actually not relevant. This skill doesn't do anything. Jeez. Well, Wild Chain Strike. Deals additional damage to the target every 3 times Chain Strike is cast. I don't think I have Chain Strike. So let's just lock in this change because I think this qualifies as a W. We hit save. And there's my second legendary. We lock it in. You were here for it, chat. You were here for my second legendary. Isn't that cool? And what do I do with it now? So I can go into my abilities. Do I have... Is this... Oh, I have Chain Strike. I have Chain Strike, but it doesn't actually belong on that pet, unfortunately. Even though Wild Chain Strike's on there, it doesn't belong on that pet, unfortunately. That is somewhat tragic. Chain Strike, as you may recall, it belongs on the Sand Lizard. So we can try to do this. The reason it belongs on the Sand Lizard is the Sand Lizard is going with my Syndrian. Syndrian does 2 normal attacks per turn. So presumably that is double the opportunity to trigger the ability, even though it can only trigger once per turn. So we'll do a couple more regenerates here. And we hope for the best. Please. Elite. Advanced. Dude, I can't believe they would give you a legendary with 4 skill slots. That's like, bruh. Why? Elite? Come on. Please. Advanced? Elite? Okay, elite, advanced, and epic. With less skill slots, more strength, which doesn't matter because this is an intelligence pet, so I get that I'm using strength, but the whole point is this heal. This is like the whole point of this pet is fat heals, and bro, they are fat, so we keep regenerating, I think. What do we get? I almost don't even want to... Ooh! Hello? What do we do here? Wow. That's exciting and awkward. So I think this is an upgrade. Intelligence and spirit are the 2 things that matter, but it's only got 4 skill slots, which is a super fat L. Jeez. That is terrifying, actually. Fierce attack's really good. Wow. Well, I think I go for this. Because like I just finished saying, this is all about healing. What am I losing? A 4.3% chance to trigger Fierce Strike? Bruh. That is almost nothing. That is almost nothing. What am I losing? A 10% chance to heal? I mean, kind of sucks. 1 in every 10 turns I heal. Actually, it's not even 1 in every 10 turns. It's 1 in every 18 turns, bro. I mean, I'm not losing amazing skills here. I think this is probably an upgrade. I think the boost to my intelligence-based abilities is enough of an upgrade that we snap this off. And it's even an upgrade to my strength, which is 3 strength abilities on here, right? Wow. Okay. Hey, Chisgule's finally got a couple legendaries. I think I have to lock this in. Okay. Yeah, no, these are lost. Okay. Confirm. Is what it is. Is what it is, man. So now I have a couple legendaries. Would you believe that? It's actually happening. I actually have flipped a couple legendary during this video, which is really crazy. Do I try to flip this bear to legendary or this Fey Drake? Gosh, I don't know. The bear is actually in a really good spot, strength and luck. And like, I don't know. Do we do Fey Drake here? I care so much about Fey Drake. You know, I think we go Fey Drake here. I think damage matters so much for me. Oh, but I have this weird thing that I was considering leaving behind. What do I do with this? Is this better? Is this worse? I mean, it's got more luck. But the thing is, if it's not legendary, I think I just keep going. I don't know. I'm so indecisive. Let's regenerate this guy instead. What do I have here? What's this leave behind? This is definitely not better. So we can regenerate here. Not possible while pet's out of the city. Gosh, bless it. All right, fine. Fine, I'll regenerate the Phaedrake. Man, I don't think this is better. I'm going to keep going. Here we go. Come on. Please. Please. Be legendary. I finally am getting some legendary luck. Please be legendary. We're looking for legendary. Come on. Elite? No. Epic? Is it better? No, the intelligence is terrible. So this is fully a no-go. This is definitely worse. Even though you see a bunch of up arrows, it doesn't matter. The main ability here is damage. So no, this is not better. So we keep going here. We regenerate again. And if I need to, I'll buy a few more of these for merits. And then we can kind of call it. All right. But I'm going to go to pity. I'm going to get my guarantee. Epic. All right. GG. We stop here. We stop here. I'll get some good ones eventually. So definitely an upgrade on this Berserk Phaedrake. And an upgrade-ish on the Sand Lizard. Lost a little bit here. I lost 2 skill slots, which is certainly a bit of an L. But to go to the legendary tier, I think was worth it. Especially given this huge boost to intelligence. You know what I should have done? I should have took this guy out of my city, seen what the heal was before, and then see what the heal was after. That would have been really smart, but we didn't do that. Anyways, if you want to see more information about War Pets, I'll have 2 cards in the end screen to show you exactly how that works. I hope you'll check that out. And until next time, you have fun smashing the kingdom.